Wonderful.
George, what are the pros and cons of facing the same team 3 times in the season?
Pros, you're used to the offense that you're installing. A lot of the plays are similar. You're obviously going to put some new wrinkles and stuff in, but you're used to the plays. There's not a whole bunch of new stuff. Cons, same thing. You know, they know what plays we're going to run that were effective last time. They're going to try to take those away, so we have to be a little creative and do new stuff. Rivalry gets a little bit bigger, you know, each time you play each other for sure. You want to beat the person a little bit more. We did it last year, you know, weren't able to do it. A little bit different. We're going to be at home this time. Definitely on more of a heater, definitely more healthy than we were last year. But, I mean, just excited, honestly, for an opportunity. Don't really care who it is.
Talk about home, 8-1 this season at home. What changed this year at Levi's?
I think we're just playing at a higher level, really. Whether it's offense, defense. I mean, our defense is number one the whole entire season. That helps a lot. We're plus 13 in the turnover battle, which is really the only important thing in football. So that was big for us. And then, you know, I think our offense is just making plays, whether it's running backs, fullbacks, tight ends, wide receivers. I think our offense is just making plays all over the field. And Levi Stadium is just balling this year.
Can you identify a particular moment when your off-schedule chemistry with Brock Purdy really clicked? Is there a play?
I mean, no, I couldn't tell you. No, not really. I think Brock just does a really good job. He keeps his eyes up. I think he just likes me because I went to Iowa, and so he just tries to throw me the ball every time the number one read isn't open.
He was talking about his tight end at Iowa State today, saying that
he compared me to him. That's awesome.
He did not. He tried to preface it by saying that he wasn't like you. But I'm wondering if you, when Brock came in and you're trying to get on the same page, if you watched any college stuff to see how he does connect with the tight end.
No, not at all.
Okay.
No, I've definitely seen his highlights. No, I did not watch any of his college tape. I think college football and NFL football are two completely different sports. Just the level of talent, honestly. It's two completely different things. But I know Brock, his entire time in practice squad, he was connecting with all of our practice. I mean, whether it was Dwelly, whether it was Charlie, whether it was Tyler Croft, like scout team guys were getting fed by him. So I knew I had an opportunity. And really, I mean, I didn't even care if he was throwing me the ball. As long as Brock was comfortable back there and he was delivering and wasn't nervous, I knew the Niners were going to be just fine, and that's what he's done.
How have you seen his game evolve or kind of change over the last 6 games, or has it not?
I think he's just more confident in himself, but I think he's been confident the entire time. He stepped up against Miami, he gets cover 0 in the face like 5-6 times, and he delivered. He had a full week of game planning going into, Seattle, or 2 days of game planning going into Seattle. He did just fine there. So I think he's gotten better, but he's still the same Brock. I mean, he goes out there, knows what he's doing, he's confident in himself, he's delivering, he gets us in the right checks. And he's just having fun out there, which you can really feel.
When it's win or go home, does the energy feel different out there, or is it the same as every other game for the most part?
I think it's yes and no. I think Niners, we've been playing kind of win. Last year, every game was win or go home, like the last 8 games, it felt like. And so we were kind of used to that. And then this year, it's just, I think we've done a really good job just being completely focused on that one team, you know, that we're going against. And I'm not going to say that everything's changed because it's the playoffs, but you can kind of feel there's another sense there's another level there. And the guys are dialed in. We had fun today out in the rain and the cold, and I think we expect to have fun again this Saturday.
Any chance your grandma comes?
No, sadly, she had to leave today. It was sad, but it was great seeing her and hanging out with her. She had a fantastic time. She loved Levi Stadium. She got to take one of the touchdown balls home, so she had a fantastic time.
How did it happen that was her?
Secrets to longevity?
Let's see. She said how to have a bunch of kids, and that's a key because, you know, she does have 10 daughters, so yeah.
How did it happen that was her first time out here?
I mean, it's kind of hard to travel, I think, when you're over the age of 90. You know, she's actually 94 when I first started, so it wasn't really that easy. I don't think she's been on an airplane since she was like in her 80s. So getting her out here is a little difficult, you know, especially when you're 100 years old. COVID's a big thing for her, so we're trying to keep it as safe as possible. I had to convince her, you know. I think my sister got engaged too, so that was part, you know, we convinced her that you to go to a football game and you see your granddaughter get engaged, so she really enjoyed that.
George, the last game against the Seahawks, your touchdowns were set up in part just because the way they responded to McCaffrey fakes. I don't know, you've been surprised, but just him as a decoy, like the way he's influenced defenses and opened things up for you and others. I don't know. Have you been struck by that throughout the season?
No, I mean, I fully expected that as soon as we got Christian. I mean, he's a guy, you leave him one-on-one with a linebacker, good luck. I mean, he's going to tear you apart, so you got to put 2 guys on him. And then if you pressure it all, you're bringing 5, your lurker's going to go look at Christian McCaffrey, then every other guy on the field has a one-on-one. And, all right, well, then that's Debo, Brandon Ayuk, me, Kyle Juszczyk. I mean, those are a lot of one-on-ones. I'm going to take my guys over anybody else on. And so then if you double anyone else, hey, good luck on Christian McCaffrey. So it's just it's what we expected, and he's only exceeded all of our expectations. But I mean, at the same time, we got a guy who's all pro in 2 positions in 1 year. So like we kind of knew what we were getting, and so he's just playing ball and being a fantastic football player.
George, going back to when
Should be Pro Bowl too, by the way.
rumors kind of first started that he was available, did you think there was ever a chance he would be a 49er?
I did in 2019, man. I had spoken into existence. Been friends with Christian since then. Always wanted him over here. I mean, definitely when there's like a rumor, hey, Christian's available, I was like, wouldn't that be sick? And it's definitely sick. We're thoroughly enjoying it.
Where were you, and how did you get the news that it happened?
I was literally playing video games, and one of my buddies goes, hey, do you see Twitter? You guys just got Christian McCaffrey. And I said, shut the front door. I call him immediately. And he was like, I have no idea what's going on. I was like, neither do I, but welcome to the Niners, man. We're going to have a good time.
He was talking just now about how great.
Why are you always behind me?
Well, there's too many people in front of you.
So you just cut the line?
Let's go one-on-one.
No.
So anyhow,
$20.
25. So anyhow,
Good negotiation.
mental warp. He just talked about how grateful he is in the playoffs. He's only getting his rookie year, one and done his rookie year. Do you get that sense of appreciation from him as he talked about the playoffs and just his goals here?
Yeah, mildly. I mean, he brought it up. He's just excited to be back in the playoffs. Especially, when you have the #1 defense in the NFL, like, it's a little bit more exciting because we've had games that our defense has carried us through, and then our offense has really started clicking. So when you have that dynamic, especially when you throw Christian McCaffrey in the mix, I mean, it's a pretty explosive offense and defense, and our special teams playing at a high level too. So we're very excited going to the playoffs. We like our chances. We love our chances, and I know Christian's excited about it too. And also, I mean, when you get subbed from the Pro Bowl, is when you're the best running back in the NFC at least. I mean, I know he definitely has a little extra anger and passion. I'm not going to say that he was lacking that at all, but there's a little extra motivation behind that. And I hope Christian plays the rest of the season pissed off, because he's been pissed off the last 4 weeks, and all he's done is dominate.
You guys good?
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, George.